Okay, so we're looking at Google Forms as a way of pre-testing students at the start of a unit, and so just looking at this form settings in terms of deploying this to students, you must untick those two boxes at the top, and if we want this little test to be self-graded, then we must include the top two fields, which is please record your name and make that a mandatory field, and also please record your school email address, and so the students will populate that and then we can do that self-grading. Now, I suppose there's three states within a form. There's the editing side of things where you could, and you can see at the moment Betty and I are co-editing this form. I'm blue and she's green, and so as we move to different parts we could be co-editing this same form. The other states are the spreadsheet in which the data will be collected from the form and populate to, and the live form itself. So when we're doing this with students, we want them to see the live form, and I suppose there's a number of ways in which we could distribute this to them. We could just give them a little shortened URL hyperlink, or we could embed this form in a site page. So once the students have completed this, or actually before, what we should do is we should choose a response destination. What that actually does is sets up the spreadsheet with which the responses are collated into. So I choose response destination, and here I might say topic test Year 7 forces responses, and I might put the teacher's name down. Alright, so if I create that, and so by default when you create this spreadsheet, it's shared with whoever has the sharing rights for the parent form. Okay, so you can see those details there, and this is I suppose a live response. So as the participant fills in the necessary things here, then it will populate into this spreadsheet. So what I'm going to get Betty to do now is to do the form for me. Is this completed in terms of it? Yep. Okay, so if we've got some answers here, I might just pause at this point. Okay, so we're going to please record your name. I'll put my name in. Now, as a teacher, you would always record the first, or generally you would record the first response to the form as your answer key. Okay, it doesn't really matter because with Flubaroo you can change things around, but I'm going to do that anyway. Okay, so one with it following is a non-contact force. I'll go with magnetism. I'm going to go with A. Going to go with A. Going to go with 4A. D. Going to go with 6A. Oh. 7C. You can always put numbers before these question stems as well if you want a number there. 8D. 9D. 10A. 11D. So I'm completing this potentially as a student, but as you know, I'm putting in the answer key for the moment. We've got weight here. We've got steel, and we've got a force can, D all the above. Okay, and we've got answer D for this one. We've got answer A for this one, and we've got answer, oh, we just need to get rid of that. Not sure what that's doing there. D there, and last one is C and B. Let's see. Okay. So I submit that. That's my error one. So you can see here my spreadsheet data should be there. Okay, there it is. Now, I'm just going to minimise this up. Will allow me to do that? No. Alright, so to run the script then, you need more than one response. Okay, so I'm going to get, I'm just going to pause here, I'm going to get Betty to do the test as if she were a student, and she's going to get some right and some wrong. So okay, so we come back to our spreadsheet here, and we should be able to see that Betty has put her responses in there. Now, this is the point with which, and assuming you've got all your class there, so you've got 28, 29, 30 responses, we're going to go to Tools, Script Gallery, and we're going to choose the script Flubaroo. And I'm installing that. So once that's installed, I click on up here, I go Grade Assignment, and you can install the script prior to the class. Okay, so the spreadsheet's obviously already set up, the kids are doing it, the test, you can have the spreadsheet open on your desk, have Flubaroo ready to go, choose OK. I'm grading assignment. And grading, the first step is identifying students, so please record your name, please record your school email address is identifying student as well. And so the rest of them are simply 1 mark for each of the questions there. There's one there that we probably need to get rid of, which was a little option 1 in the form, so we'll fix that up in a moment. Hit continue. The grading 2 step is where is my answer key? So my answer key was my responses there. I hit continue, and it goes through and grades my assignment. So I can go to view grades, and what that does is then provides how many marks the student got, percentage correct, she submitted it once, okay, and it highlights across the class any questions or items whereby the class scored 50% or below. It will highlight those. So very quickly you can see where there are problematic areas of content, and you can see obviously that within the answer key and only one recipient here that it's a bit artificial, but over the course of a class then it works quite well. So that's graded those student submissions. It's created a new little tab down here, and the last part then is simply to or you can view report, which is sort of like a nice little summary histogram there. So that's the responses, but you can email grades then from this, and provided that the student has put in their correct email address, then it will email the grades. It's your email address question. Please record your school email address, include the list of questions and scores, include an answer key. Here is your results. Here are your results. Continue. Okay, so what you should therefore receive is an email to your address, which shows you the questions that you got right and wrong, and that's pretty much how you use Flubaroo to do a self-grading test.